Okay, so the Houston Rockets are in a bit of a sticky situation. And yes, this is slightly in regards to the Kevin Porter Jr. situation. Now, over here, I'm a basketball channel, so I'm not going to talk about what happened off the court. I'm sure you guys already know, and if so, you can read up for yourself. There's a victim involved, so I'm not going to spread information or misinformation. But let's just say this. There's a very high chance Kevin Porter Jr. may not play NBA basketball again, and for sure will not be seen in the court for the Houston Rockets anytime soon. So, this leaves a massive void in the Houston Rockets roster, because whether you like it or not, Kevin Porter Jr. was once an integral part of this young core, and even though Fred VanVleet is now a member of this team, he would have had a massive role coming off the bench being a microwave scorer. Now, Kevin Porter Jr. is a guy who overall was not misused, but I guess was forced to play a point guard role which didn't come natural to him, as his assist numbers may have been higher, but he's not a natural passer. He's a guy who can score off the bench, and this role would have amplified his skill set even more as a microwave scorer off the bench, and would have helped further just solidify his position as a bucket in this NBA. Now, he's kind of gone. That leaves a big hole in that, lead guard role off the bench. So what are the Houston Rockets going to go towards? I don't really know. As it is, he was on $20 million a year, around 16. I know a lot of it wasn't guaranteed, so that's not a massive hit. But what is a hit is the personnel, because if I believe the Rockets knew that this would have been a position of need over the offseason, they would have likely got a scorer off the bench like a T. Ross, who could have come in and just be a veteran scorer, you know what I'm trying to say. So as a whole, I won't say sticky situation, because you've got a lot of bodies now. You've got guys who can definitely score the ball. I'm sure Jabari Smith Jr. is going to take a leap. God knows what Jalen Green is going to be, because this offseason he looks scary so far. But overall, like I said, there's going to give a chance for a lot of guys to, have a lot more opportunity to play. Is a Cam Whitmore going to get more run now? Is a guy like Amen Thompson going to have more of a, carved out role, which is going to lead Jalen Green to be off the ball a lot more? Who knows? There's a lot of ideas and ways Ime Udoka could go, but it definitely leaves a void in which there's minutes up for grabs now. Whether that's Cam Whitmore, like I said, maybe you just adjust the minutes and roles for certain guys, and the vet like Aaron Holiday might get more run. But like I said, there's definitely a position there to void, and I'll be interested to see in what direction they're going. Obviously, Dillon Brooks is a guy who left Memphis, or whatever it was, mainly because he wasn't happy with his offensive role. We know what he brings you on the defensive end, but that offensive side has been a question, because Dillon Brooks is a guy who's been a pretty high volume shooter, but the percentages don't necessarily back up his claim. But this past FIBA World Cup, he's shown his ability to not only be a knockdown shooter, but be a guy who can create an offense off one or two dribbles, which is something which is very promising for Ime Udoka's offense and Rockets fans as a whole. So you might have lost a 20-point per game scorer, but you can definitely add those points back in other areas. Maybe Brooks gets more shots, Jalen Green takes a leap. You've added a 20-point per game scorer in Fred VanVleet. You're hoping a guy like Cam Whitmore can come and give you 8 points off the bounce or something like that. And Jabari Smith Jr., with the way he looked in Summer League, getting to the foul line, finding new ways to get points on the board. You know what I'm trying to say? These type of things are ways you can accumulate these points back. However, the role of these guys is what's going to be intriguing to me, because again, the Rockets have a lot of talent, but it's always been, okay, now you have a lot of bodies, because I know guys might not want to hear it, but the Rockets are quite deep now. You've got a lot of bodies and a lot of guys who generally have a case to be playing big minutes. How is Ime going to balance that? How is Ime going to balance touches? How are the right guys going to get the right shots and get into their spots? Those are all things which are going to take time. It's not going to happen from day one, but I'm pretty sure from game 20, game 30, you'll be able to see more of an identity of this offense, and it'll be definitely a case where you're going to see guys really come into their own and flourish under Ime Udoka. So temporarily, is there a bit of a void? Of course there is, but it's a void that I believe could be fixed with the personnel currently on the roster, and it's going to take time to adjust, but hey ho, here we go. That's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's how this season is going to start. But yeah, my biggest question is that you guys help me in the comment section down below. So if whatever with Kevin Porter Jr. happens, will the Rockets be forced to waive him, cut him, or the NBA going to come down and void his contract? If anything of that sort happens, who really knows? I know right now the Houston Rockets front office are kicking themselves, because you made an investment in the guy. You invested money into him, whether it's guaranteed or not. That's an asset, a big asset you're going to potentially lose. So it's definitely a kick in the backside, but you've only got to look onwards and upwards. And obviously there's no room in sports for the allegations put against Kevin Porter Jr. I must emphasize that again. So yeah, it's all about moving forward the current roster, looking forward to playing good basketball, and overall having a personnel of young men who are going to be responsible, and overall just be a team when it's through thick and thin, and just show maturity. That's the biggest thing. Maturity on and off the court can take you a long way and can definitely push your team up into the ranks of being a playoff team. So that's all I really got for this video. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. It's the first time I've made a video in a flipping while, so we're getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, that's really all I got for this one. Thank you guys so much for listening. Need your opinions in the comment section down below. But most importantly, stay blessed, my people, and I'm out. Peace.